Okay, how's it going, guys? This is Rio Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. We meet again, fellow photographers. We're just start if you're like into like starting to like shoot with film format, any kind of format, 35 mil or 120 mil, 120 format, or maybe large format. Yeah, you probably have some kind of like a short to medium like storage solutions for your like film negatives. In my case, in my workflow, when I get my film negatives back, I'm a bad guy actually. I just chuck it in the shelf behind me and just wait until the time comes, until I have the time to sort of like scan them within home, because I have like work Monday to Friday. So that wasn't the best solution. And I realized that same as in like clothes, like you guys know that depending on what kind of area you're in, whether or not if you're like working a day job outside, you know that clothes itself, it's the same principle as like wearing clothes. The clothes get tanned, due to the fact that the fluorescent light, the incandescent light, sunlight, and all those LEDs basically takes away, wears off the color away. It kind of degrades over time. And same applies to like film negatives in a long span, long like term. It's best to keep them in a sort of like a dark environment where it's like no light, because film negatives are in a way sensitive to the light after they're being processed, and it's like better to like store them in a sort of like a super dark environment. And I was actually been looking for that solution, that sort of like short to mid-term solution, storage solution. And and I was like checking online and realized that there was this like archival box mainly for photography films, which cost $141. What the frig? And I said to myself, Rio, it's not worth it. Don't shell out $141 for an archival paper box. So I started to look around like on the web, and I realized that there's this company called Muji that actually makes these like cardboard boxes. I think they were originally made to like store stationary goods, and I realized that these boxes actually make a great solution for like keeping your like stuff away from like hitting by the lights. Or may not know much about this company called Muji. People who know it a lot, so it's hard to explain. It's as known as Muji, I guess. And this is a Japanese company, and it focuses on products that are sort of like fully ecological, sustainable, and at the same time having this sort of like simple look that fits that are like simple lifestyles. So it's sort of like an Ikea, but you just jack off the modern look that Ikea has. You guys know that Ikea has that pop, like what do you call it? Pop look, modern look, like sharp edges and stuff like that. Muji basically has is kind of opposite of Ikea. It's like super organic colors, super natural looking, fully sustainable, and at the same time, it's like minimalistic look at its greatest, I guess. There's no alternative like companies like Muji, but they were selling these like boxes. So a fellow Japanese YouTuber was talking about this box, which I picked up, and he was like using it to like organize his like stationaries and stuff like that. But I realized after checking this box within stores, I realized that I could stick in my 120 like film negatives and 35 if I want to in this like sort of like box as a sort of like a short to medium term storage solution. And because it was sort of like a really sturdy like box, not a cardboard box, which like bends easily, this actually is a really nice box with a tight fit. So you guys can tell by from looking at the video that it is like a tight fit, meaning that there's going to be no light leaking into this like box when it's like fully closed. And that means that your film negatives won't degrade over time in a long period of time, which is a great bonus. A5 and two color options: natural tan, sand beige, and a dark gray color. I basically purchased both of them at different sizes respectively. The A4, I bought the dark gray one, and A5, the smaller one, I bought the sand beige, which I have it on my desk. The A5 size one, it was like 590 yen, so that's like $5.50, and the A4 was like 690 yen, so that's like $6.5, $6 roughly, which is like 1/10 the price of $140. So I saved a lot of money. And for the sand beige A5 box, I currently have my like Fuji X-T3 batteries, SD card reader, DJI Action, DJI the DJI Action camera with a mic adapter, mic cable, USB charger, and all those goodies. And don't forget that if you ever are like visiting Tokyo or Japan, please buy their bomb kuchen because it just is just awesome. Oh, bomb kuchen. So I hope my fellow American friends understand with that joke from Homer Simpson's. So a long-term like storage solution, and unfortunately, the largest box, which Muji calls it A4 size, is not A4 size. It's actually more like in between A4 and A3 size, if I'm right. It's rather larger than A4. I was able to stick an A4 print within this box, but my 11 by 14-inch prints from my photography school days never fit in this box, unfortunately. So that was a bummer, but still, I mean, it's a great box to have. So this sort of brings up this question, like, what are your sort of like short-term, mid-term, like storage solutions when you're like storing your films? I would be happy to listen to you guys, like what and how you guys like archive your like films, like storage methods. I mean, please leave it in the comments below because I am super curious. And no one actually talks about these stuff, like how they store their films, how they store their like prints and stuff like that. And it sort of would like benefit the whole community as a whole if we can sort of like exchange those like information to each other. So yeah, if you have any questions regarding this box or regarding Muji, if you're interested in Muji products, I might talk about it if it's like related to film photography, but that's really hard to find, you know, products that sort of fit into this genre. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace. Thank you. Any updates recently? Oh, I purchased what do you call mic adapter? Mic adapter? What do you call it? A mic boom stand actually, which let me take this out. Oh, oh wait. Mic. Oh crap. Oh, does it come off? Oh. A mic boom makes my life so much easier. That's a recent update that I did for my channel, so yeah, that's basically it. So we'll see you next time. Peace.